Nitro time.
It is go time. That's right, the big boys are here, ready to rock and roll. The fans are ready for a show. Yes, they are. What a cool, intimate venue. Such a great race, guys. We're in for a treat.
12,000 horsepower, ready to go under the lights. Bobby Bowe and Dave Richards ready to kick things off. We've got a lot to see. Stay with us all throughout this video. It is time to get this party started.
What's up, everybody? We got a treat for you. How about a little nitro under the lights? It is a specialty race known as the Skag Power Equipment Pro Superstar Shootout. We got a lot to see. Let's go.
Yes, indeed. It is year number 2 for this special off-season all-star race. Now, we have seen testing events in the past, but never this big. This one draws quite a crowd. Remember, this race is not affiliated with NHRA. Typically, if you go back to 2020, we'd be racing at the Winter Nationals by now. The Winter Nationals has moved to March in Pomona, so these teams need some testing. They're ready to get out. Oh, nice run out there for the CP Carrillo team. Oh, lost fire. How about Richards? Wow.
What a pair to kick off our coverage. Both cars spin the tires. Dave Richards at the far end, able to come through 294 miles an hour. Wow.
The safety team here at Bradenton Motorsports Park right on top of that one, and it is time for our next pick. Chad Green ready to go. And keep your eye on this man, the one and only J.R. Todd, the 43-year-old 21-time NHRA Funny Car winner out of Coletta Racing. He is always tough. We'll see what they can do here in this young season. As I said, many of these teams, this is their first time out since the World Finals. J.R. Todd is right at home. He's originally from Jupiter, Florida, south of here. As for Chad Green, a 2-time winner in the NHRA in Funny Car, and a former pro mod racer right at home. Also, I hope this is giving you the nitro fix you need. It's been too long of an off-season. Let us know your thoughts down below on Nitro Under the Lights and the Pro Superstar Shootout Specialty Race in the comments. Here we go. Oh, Todd goes up in smoke. Did I mention it's early in the season for these teams? Still working some of those preseason gremlins out.
I told you we're going to see some wild runs here. J.R. Todd shakes the tires violently. Tough break out there for Chad Green. May have knocked the blower off the car. Still a very, very respectable run. We'll see where that puts him in this field in this very, very young season here at Bradenton Motorsports Park.
Somebody's got to put a big number on that board, and I got a feeling it could be coming here with this pair. Far lane, that is the one and only Bob Tasca, backed by PPG. He will oppose Daniel Wilkerson. And you know, guys, it was last year at this time that the legend, Tim Wilkerson, decided to step aside and let his son take the wheel in that Skag Power Equipment Funny Car. Great rookie season for Daniel. Was able to win a Wally last year. We'll see what he can do. As for Bob Tasca of Tasca Race Parts, also the very successful Ford dealer, you know, he's always going to be tough. We'll see if this team can nail this tune-up early on. We'll see what these crew chiefs decide to do as well. Do you play it safe with a nice A to B pass, or do you go for a strong number? It's really cooled down here this evening in Bradenton. These are quite possibly the best conditions these racers will see all weekend long, and you know these crew chiefs are salivating and want to take a shot at the racetrack. Kurt Johnson out there with the prep. We'll see him later on. The traction is there at Bradenton Motorsports Park. Here we go. Bob Tasca, Daniel Wilkerson, ready to square off in Funny Car. Nice hole shot. Wilkerson. Tasca loses fire. Well, still goes 386, 313 miles an hour here at Bradenton. Nice run.
386, 313. Say hello to your new #1 qualifier. He says it won't last long, though. Huh? He says it won't last long. Tough break out there for Tasca as some of these teams struggle to get a handle on this racetrack.
And here's two guys who certainly know how to win.
How about this run coming up? A pair of world champions, Ron Capps and Matt Hagan out of Tony Stewart Racing.
That is the fan favorite, Matt Hulk Hagan. And here comes the veteran out of San Luis Obispo, California, the one and only Ron Capps, driver of the Napa Funny Car. Ron, just an incredible career. He is a 3-time NHRA champion. Matt Hagan's a 4-time NHRA champion. It is truly astounding that these two top-notch individuals have 7 world championships between them. These are two of the best teams out there. It'll be very interesting to see what they can do off the trailer in these prime conditions. What have they learned from the pairs in front of them? For Capps, what a storybook ride, and he shows no signs of slowing down anytime soon. Matt Hagan for American Rebel Light Beer, racing for Tony Stewart Racing, a 52-time event winner, 93 career final round appearances. As I said, this is a great one here early in the season. Two of the best ready to face off at Bradenton Motorsports Park. Those candles are lit, power on, big puff of smoke. How about this drag race? 386-2 to a 386 in the other lane. Does it with an 8.
Side by side, 386 is what an awesome run, but still not enough for #1. Drag racing is a sport where being on top or just missing it can sometimes come down to a 10,000th of a second. In this case, thousandths.
Unbelievable. So by 2/1000ths of a second, Daniel Wilkerson hangs on to the top spot, but will it hold up? Because look at who is at the ready line right now. Two of the best in the business out of John Force Racing. The veteran Fast Jack Beckman. And here is a rising star, young Austin Brock, your defending funny car champion, 4-time winner in the Cornwell Quality Tools John Force Racing funny car. What a season it was for both these individuals. As for Jack Beckman, he thought his career was over when Don Schumacher had to downsize a few years ago. Jack went back to repairing elevators, and that is when he got the call last year after John Force suffered a devastating accident in Richmond. Thank goodness John is okay, but Beckman was the one to receive the call for fill-in duties, and he said, hey, the driving suit still fits, grabbed his helmet, and got to the track just as fast as he could. Speaking of John Force, we are so happy. The 16-time champion, the legend, was back at the racetrack this weekend. So many were worried about him. It was a nasty, devastating crash back in Richmond, Virginia, but John Force is on the up and up, and earlier we caught him attending to his pit duties. John Force Racing getting ready to kick off the 2025 campaign. It all begins here at Bradenton Motorsports Park. It is the 2nd annual SCAG Pro Superstar Shootout. There is the boss himself, the legend, the one and only John Force. How great is it to see him back at the drag strip this year? If you were in Virginia, we had a scary moment.
Wow, he didn't even get that wall. I thought he went over and banked off one and came back for the other, but look at this thing. Traveling across the racetrack. Fortunately for Terry Haddock, he was slowed down to the point that he was out of the way, and man, that is a big time hit in the concrete down there. That John Force has been through some very wild rides in his career.
Wow.
I'm going to put that one in the top 3 or 4.
Wow.
For a guy to go through that, no matter what his age or what kind of shape he's in,
Great is it to see him back at the drag strip this year. But John is back and his team is ready to rock and roll. Welcome back, John. And I'm not saying it's 100%, but I do feel like at some point we may see him back behind the wheel if cleared. Here we go. Will one of these individuals step up and take the #1 spot? Let's watch. Great run, side by side, candles lit, top end 381 to a 383, your number 1 and 2 qualifiers.
There it is. There's the one you were waiting for. Austin Brock, 381. He takes the #1 spot. Nice run, fast Jack as well. Wow, funny cars absolutely flying here at the Pro Superstar Shootout.
We got to take another look. Fast Jack, the 75-time finalist, steps up, and Austin Prock picks up where he left off. 1 and 2. What a run. We got to check in with our Nitro Superfan before we bring out the Top Fuel Dragsters.
What do you think about John Force Racing 1 and 2?
They the baddest cars on the planet.
Oh, yeah.
I'm telling you now.
Shout out to my guys down there. They're getting subscribed to Psycho Drag and Racing Jack. You rock.
Shout out to all the super fans here of all ages. Thank you for subscribing to this channel, Racing Jack, and also Psycho Drag. We like to keep you informed. We like to have a good time. And here comes Doug Foley, a man who knows a thing or two about racing. In fact, he has his own racing school. This team out of Brownsburg, Indiana, that hotbed for the NHRA Nitro squad. Let's see what they can do. What a show this funny car class put on. They have proven traction is there tonight. It's just a matter of hitting the tune-up dead on. Foley will be first. We continue on here. This specialty race, this all-star race, known as the Pro Superstar Shootout here at Bradenton Motorsports Park. Such a big deal for this community down here. Part of the Winter Series. They have the Snowbird Nationals. They also have the big World Series of Pro Mod coming up. A lot of fun. Drag racing in February is not a bad thing. Oh, smokes the tires. Foley, too aggressive here in Q1.
Not 100% sure what happened to Doug Foley out there in this young season. May have had a mechanical failure, may have just went up to see what the racetrack could hold, may have missed the tune altogether, but nonetheless, 0 for 1 here tonight for him. They'll go back and make necessary adjustments.
And that brings up Josh Hart on the R&L Carriers machine, and this man in the Star Racer Dragster, that is Sean Reed, the veteran. 1 NHRA Top Fuel Dragster win to his credit. Made his return after a 4-year absence last year. Great to have him back. He ran a career best ET in Sonoma with a 368, reset it again in Dallas at a 367. He has proven he has the speed at any given time. As for Josh Hart, the entrepreneur, the 5-time NHRA winner, another individual who's got the speed and talent to break out at any given point. 13 final round appearances for this young man out of Ocala, Florida. Bit of a home game for him this weekend. See who can step up and take the #1 spot. If they can get down the racetrack cleanly, it's theirs for the taking, at least for now. Such a cool, intimate venue here at Bradenton Motorsports Park. These fans right on top of the action, enjoying this sneak peek at the 2025 season. Oh, Hart out of here. Great pass. Not sure what happened to Reed. Topping 379, 323 miles an hour. Great run.
379, 323, excuse me, let me get the nitro out of my eyes. What happened to Sean Reed?
Back after the burnout, the crew did not like something they saw. They immediately shut off the fuel, and they backed him up. You can see he was trying to get out of the car there.
This early in the season, guys, that's apt to happen. Remember, how did this race come about? Normally, we'd be getting ready for the Winter Nationals in Pomona. They don't run that race anymore. Now they begin the season in Gainesville, Florida. So A lot of these teams, they've been sitting idle all winter. This is their first opportunity to get out here. You're not going to risk anything. You're not going to risk any crazy parts failure on Q1 of a specialty race.
Speaking of specialists, here comes two of them. It is the Monster Energy Top Fuel Dragster of Brittany Force. And alongside her, a fan favorite, a motorsports legend, a man who has done so much in racing, the one and only Tony Stewart. So glad to have him out here. What a tremendous benefit to drag racing. We told you how, with John Force going down, this sport desperately needs stars. Tony Stewart was just what the doctor has ordered. Tony's done so much in racing. One thing he hasn't been able to do is win in a top fuel dragster. He's hoping to get that done this year in 2025. He was so close last year. Did a great job climbing the ranks in top alcohol dragster. We'll see what the legend, the NASCAR Hall of Famer, can do alongside Brittany Force. For Brittany Force, this season extra special for her, dedicating it all to Dad, trying to go out there and win a championship. Two of the top racers in the world ready to square off here at the Skag Power Equipment Pro Superstar Shootout. Will we see a new #1 qualifier right here? Our Nitro Superfan hopes so. Look at this run. Wow, 367.5 to a 373. Brittany.
Oh, you called it. You called it. You called it. 367, Brittany. Big statement here right off the trailer. How about Smoke? He goes to the #2 spot. Is this the season Smoke gets that much anticipated first top fuel win?
Certainly very positive signs for Stewart and Force. This is exactly how you want to begin the season. If you are these teams, they look to be in mid-season form. Impressive. 367. We'll see if it holds up for the #1 spot, because here comes two very, very tough racers.
Starting to cool down a little bit this evening too. That could play a factor. It was really hot here this afternoon, but now it still is February. You're getting some dew and you're getting some cold evening temperatures.
Justin Ashley and Sean Langdon. Justin Ashley, a former Rookie of the Year who has just continued to climb the ranks. He seems to get better year after year. As for Sean Langdon, the 42-year-old out of Coletta Racing, 27-time winner, 56 career finals. Always tough to beat. Looks to be a championship contender for the man out of Indianapolis, Indiana. But they both know they've got their work cut out for them. If anybody's going to step up here and knock Brittany Force off the #1 spot. What an impressive run to open things up at the Skag Power Equipment Pro Superstar Shootout. Inching into the ready line. Big shout out to all the fans that have come out early to enjoy this special Nitro treat under the lights. Hope you're loving it on YouTube. What a great side-by-side performance. Does Langdon have a chance to do it? Top end 368, just missed it.
368, a very, very solid lap here tonight in those conditions. Impressive in this young season. Oh, Antron and Doug Coletta. All right, guys, massive final pair coming up, Antron and Doug Coletta. But before we get to that final pair, I want to show you what happened earlier today. We got Pro Stock Car. Also, I want to show you some of the sportsmen that were here and a walk around the pits. A lot of fans in this area excited about the Pro Nitro Superstars and Pro Stock Superstars coming down here to Bradenton. Let's go check that out before we check out this final pair in just moments. Also, I want you to drop down your prediction. Who's going to win the championship this year? What do you think about this very intimate specialty race? Will we see more of these? Those are the questions I want you to answer down below, but let's check out what was going on earlier on.
Let's take a walk around the pits and give you an inside look.
Very important job here, wrapping up the parachute, backing it. Sometimes we see the driver do it. All the top teams are here. This is Bob
Tasca. Ron Cap's crew. Some serious in-between run maintenance. This is Chad Green Motorsports, getting ready to go. Yeah, I tell you, to be a drag racer, you better love hard work, especially in the pro categories. They've always got these things apart. Comes Bob Tasca on a very cool display by Ford. And if anybody's wondering what's up with the hat, I do have helmet head for a good reason. I rode my Hayabusa down, loving it, loving this weather. What a great day for racing. Some new slicks coming on for Team Coletta. Coletta with a huge presence. Of course, that was Sean Langdon. This is Doug Coletta's car right here, and right next to it, J.R. Todd, Team DHL. And here's the pit area of somebody we have known for a long, long time. What a great success story. AB, Antron Brown. Man, I met Antron Brown, I want to say like ADCO 1996, 97. Back then he was just getting started in pro stock motorcycle, running with Dave Schultz, running with Troy Vincent. Yes, that Troy Vincent of NFL fame. Great to see what Antron has developed into. Is that gonna be you someday? Hey. Is that gonna be you someday?
I hope so.
Good stuff,
well,
man. Good stuff.
Maybe.
There we go. AB, looking to kick off the season here at Bradenton Motorsports Park. It is go time. Big shout out to the legendary Angel in the house. Can't wait to see her in a Top Fuel dragster. I know that'll be coming soon. And it is so wonderful to see John Force Racing here. It is wonderful to see Fast Jack Beckman back this year. Very, very cool. And Tony Stewart is back yet again. A lot of fans really excited about that. Hoping this year, Smoke is his first Top Fuel win. And you know, there are a lot of great sportsman cars here as well. Let's check out some of them. I'm telling you, they're wild. Some of the top sportsman racers in the country. Let's highlight them. Elite in the house. Any Corvette fans out there? Big puff of smoke at the top end. That could slow us down for a little bit. They're going to have to check out this racetrack, make sure they don't have any fluids out there. And I'll say it again, after just coming from the freezing cold north, drag racing in February, not a bad thing. I'm actually overdressed. It is warm here in Florida. And there, my friends, is one of the best track prep guys in the world, Kurt Johnson.
I think you take good old Kurt to an icy pond and he would still find traction. He is the best when it comes to prepping these things.
And we need a pushback over here.
One part of drag racing can be a little tough is hurry up and wait. They were ready to go. Now they must back it off as they take a look at the drag strip.
We've still got Pro Stock and our final top fuel run coming up.
If you're just finding this video too and this looks fun, guys, that's the great thing about drag racing. Come out and give it a try. It is open to so many people and you can start in your street vehicle, go to your local track, make some passes. It really separates drag racing from a lot of other motorsports ones that we cover on this channel where, hey, you know, yours truly never going to be able to be out there on the Supercross track, never going to be able to be out there during a NASCAR race, but you can learn to drag race and show up at a national and compete.
Perhaps the most inviting motorsport there is. Come give it a try. So many awesome machines here from all over the country. I don't know your favorite drag car down below. Give it to me. But I do think we may have an issue at the top end. We may have to shut them down again. You're not going to believe this one. If what I'm hearing here is correct, yes. Uh-oh. Let me hear this.
What? Passenger side door.
A passenger side door flew off. You never know what's going to happen in drag racing. Our safety team, our team here from Bradenton Motorsports Park, right on top of it. The NHRA Safety Safari is here as well. Glad to see these two entities are getting along with this race. Weren't sure how it was going to go down last year.
They're saying a passenger side door blew off one of the race cars, so they're going to have to get that fixed before we send the next pair down.
We're back. We're in the home of Cletus McFarland. I'm sure he appreciates this wild action. Whoa, well, hold on to your hat.
here, Bradenton Motorsports Park Pro Superstar Shootout.
Great sportsman racing for fans who want to get here early, but let's get you back up to the stands and show you some pro stock in our final Top Fuel Dragster run of the day.
That's cool, man. Remote control dragster. That's awesome. Good stuff, man. Beautiful.
Here comes Pro Stock Problems for Corey Reed, right side, the former Pro Stock motorcycle racer.
662-0.
Watch out for the Corral Boys this year. The sweet sound of these naturally aspirated engines. Here comes Derek Kramer alongside Team McGahey. Two great racers.
Oh, what a race. Right side gets there first. 657 with a 4, beats a 657 with a 3.
Great outing so far for Team McGahey. Let's see if they can keep it up alongside Troy Coughlin Jr. and the Jegs machine. Problems, Troy. There goes Mason McGahey.
Mason, 654, 209. Hey, WFO Joe is here at the party. Good to see you, man. What do you think about this great seat?
Intimate setting. We're so close. Pro stop. It's awesome. Having a great time. Get to see everybody again. First time of the year.
See you this year, man. 2025 NHRA.
Yeah, great to see WFO Joe. And we got another excellent race here.
$651, 210, Erica Enders. She's kicking off 2025 in a big way.
Sound.
Here
Now,
comes
the one
the
thing I will tell you is, like
electric
this car on the last truck,
Super
you'll know
Cobra
if he's on a
Jet.
good run or not. As Patrick McHugh making the run out of Washington, left side is, as it got on the wheelie bars kind of hard
Is it
last
a
time, and it
glimpse
upset the rear
into the
tires, and you can
future
hear
of
them
racing?
making noise as the car became unstuck because it basically unsettled the rear suspension. So we'll see how they do here.
Unbelievable, guys. Let me know your thoughts on electric down below. Is it a glimpse into the future? Don't look now, but here comes electric. Oh my goodness. Wow. Bradenton Motorsports Park. No Superstar Shootout. The electric car. Gonna bring it on home. What a great night here at Bradenton Motorsports Park. It is the Skag Power Equipment Pro Superstar Shootout, and I'm really excited because one of the greatest announcers of all time, Mr. Mike Dunn, got to shake your hand. Not just saying that because you're standing next to me. I truly believe it. So many fans miss hearing this guy on the mic, and finally, here in Bradenton, you make your return. Mike, how did it feel to come back?
It felt good. I didn't really want to come back. In fact, I went into Jack Beckman and told him, I said, "You're the reason I'm here, you asshole." Can we say that on this thing?
You can say, yeah,
okay,
as long as it's okay with you. We're not on ESPN.
Jackie's a guy. He thought it was funny, but seriously, I got the call, and we tried to put something together last year, and it just didn't seem right. Some issues. I didn't know if the show was going to be what I want, but this year they brought a lot of people from ESPN that I worked with, so I knew we have the foundation to put on a good show. Still got to be able to deliver, but I said, okay, we got a chance here, so I'm going to do it. Chad had worked with me. We finished up the deal. And they decided to come down for a one-time thing, and they moved Jamie Howe to the play-by-play position, and she did, the first out of the box, did very well. We were both, I was a little rusty. She was a couple little things, but, overall, plenty happy with the first time. We'll get better as the weekend goes on. Hopefully by Saturday, we'll be able to really nail the show, and hopefully they'll have a great show on the racetrack, and we can showcase it. And I have confidence that the people that flew hard for this thing, if they have a good show on the racetrack, we're gonna be able to cover it well.
Streaming is where it's at. Broadcasting has really changed. Let me ask you this: has the sport changed much since you left, or does it feel like right back where you left it?
Well, I mean, in ways it has, in ways it hasn't. It's a lot more. It costs a lot more than when I left. I know that, and that's an issue that's going to have to be addressed. I think at some point, it's getting to that make or break point, in my opinion. But Pro is kind of trying to address some of that on the issues of, the changing, trying some different things with the event, with the bands and the lights and more little fan interaction, which I'm all for. I believe in that. That's a good thing. Flow, obviously, like you said, streaming. It's kind of the Wild West right now with everybody out there having their own streaming service, but eventually it's all going to end up there. It's just not a matter of if, it's a matter of when, right? And I think you agree with that. So this gives us a good start, and we're not trying to, we can't outdo the broadcast, programs, the network programs on their shows because they got all the bells and whistles, got a lot bigger budget. But we feel we can do more with the budget that we have. And Joe Baker, one of the guys from ESPN, that he's one of the big reasons why I went, okay, I'm interested in doing this since you're here. And he puts together, he gives you all the equipment you can. Work on a budget, because you know how it is on some guys. I work with, you work with the IHR and NHR and all these things, and you get these guys and they have a budget and they just sit there and they just keep cutting the budget until, okay, it balances, it goes from red to black.
Yeah.
And then you get guys like, and they're fewer, but like Joe Baker, he sits there and he says, okay, I got this budget. Okay, what can I get better within this range? Like if we give up this and do this, that vision, he can see the vision. He says, this is going to make the show better. And it's not the same with every show, as you know, because drag racing is unique, the way you produce drag racing versus any other motorsports, reality. So you have to have good people in there. And I believe we have good people. And obviously with Pro, Chad Head doing the track prep, he's done an excellent job on that racetrack, and it's going to be, I think it's going to be a really good show on Saturday.
Awesome. I am pumped to have him back. And we hope maybe it is the beginning of the comeback tour for Mr. Mike Dunn. Thanks again, Mike. I hope you brought your bicycle. Enjoy this Florida weather. How awesome is it? But guys, in the comments, please join me in welcoming back one of the greatest voices of all time, Mr. Mike Dunn. Yes, indeed. Welcome Mike Dunn back in the comments. He will read this. So wonderful to have him back. And as promised, here comes our final Top Fuel Dragster run of the evening. Antron Brown, what a success story. It has been so wonderful to watch him climb the ladder, eventually owning his own team. The Matco Tolls Dragster is primed and poised to try to win another championship in 2025. That's also the goal for Doug Coletta. Two top-notch teams. We'll see if anybody has what it takes to knock Brittany Force off the #1 spot. Remember, 367 here, the number to beat at Bradenton Motorsports Park. These teams know the time is now. They know the track will hold it. Brittany has shown them the way. Perhaps the best conditions of the weekend. Cool and comfortable.
great side-by-side run. Nitro after dark. How about a 365? Great run. 3:32. What a run by Doug Coletta, your new #1 qualifier.
Oh, Doug Coletta! I called that one. He said Brittany was going to get. That's right. I said watch out for those Coletta boys. Unbelievable. Takes the #1 spot.
Hey, I'm not right all the time. Even a broken clock is right twice a day, but I called it to our fan right there. I said, watch out for Doug Coletta. I think he's going to step up tonight, and he does. Congratulations, Doug Coletta, stealing the show and opening qualifying at the Pro Superstar Shootout 365, 332 miles an hour. What a blast.
The former champion flexing his muscles, guys. What a run. Was that amazing or what? I really hope you've enjoyed this video. Shout out to all the fans, all the guys here from Pennsylvania, all over, everybody enjoying a little nitro under the lights. That's what it's all about. We got more coming this year. Your best way to not miss a thing is nail subscribe right now. Nail it. And if you like this video, here's another one for you. And you know, if there's anything fast racing, Racing Jack has got your back. We'll see you soon.